The most brutal murder case that still has no answer. There are murder cases that shock the public, and then there are cases that completely destroy logic, cases where nothing fits, no suspect makes sense, no motive feels real, and no ending exists. Today's story is one of those cases, a murder so brutal, so disturbing, that even experienced investigators were left confused. And the most terrifying part? The killer was never found. This is not a story from a movie. This actually happened. The place was ordinary, a quiet neighborhood, calm streets, no history of violence. Neighbors described the area as peaceful, safe, forgettable. Nothing about this location suggested that something horrific was about to happen. That night was completely normal. No loud arguments, no screams, no sounds of struggle. Lights turned off at the usual time. Everything seemed fine. But sometime during that night, something went terribly wrong. The next morning, police were called. They arrived expecting a routine investigation. What they found instead shocked them. The victim had been murdered in an extremely brutal way. This was not an accident. This was not random violence. This was deliberate, controlled, and deeply disturbing. Yet what confused investigators the most was this. There were no signs of forced entry. Nothing was stolen. No clear signs of a struggle. It looked as if the killer had been let inside. The crime scene made no sense. Fingerprints were incomplete. DNA samples led nowhere. There were no clear footprints. Even more strange, some objects inside the place had been moved. But there was no logical reason for it. It almost felt as if the killer wanted to confuse investigators. Police began questioning everyone close to the victim. Family members, friends, neighbors. Everyone cooperated. Everyone had an alibi. No one panicked. No one slipped. One suspect looked promising until evidence ruled them out. Another raised serious suspicion until timelines didn't match. Slowly, one by one, every lead collapsed. As the investigation continued, something disturbing became clear. The brutality suggested strong emotion, but the way the crime was carried out showed planning. It felt like two different personalities committed one crime. Experts couldn't agree. Was it personal revenge? Was it a psychological breakdown? Or was it a perfectly planned murder? Then came the mistake. Every unsolved case has one moment that changes everything. In this case, a crucial piece of evidence was either ignored or lost. To this day, no one knows which. That single moment destroyed the investigation. Time passed. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Witnesses forgot details. Evidence lost value. Eventually, the case was officially labeled unsolved. Files were archived. Detectives moved on. But the killer disappeared. Over the years, many theories emerged. Some believe the killer was someone very close. Others believe the murderer understood police procedures too well. And then there is the theory no one likes to talk about, that the truth was intentionally buried because sometimes the truth is inconvenient. So ask yourself this: how does such a brutal murder leave nothing behind? No witnesses, no motive, no solid evidence. Was this a perfect crime, or proof that the system failed? The case remains open. The victim never received justice. And somewhere, someone knows exactly what happened. If you're still listening, remember this: some crimes don't remain unsolved because there are no answers. They remain unsolved because someone doesn't want the answers found.